Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we are diving into something we literally all do every single day: sitting. It's an activity that's been branded as public health enemy number one, right? It's blamed for everything from our aching backs to a shorter life. But what if that whole story is just plain wrong? What if the chair isn't the villain we think it is? Let's dig in. This quote, it just perfectly captures that modern anxiety, doesn't it? This idea that our desk chairs are slowly but surely destroying us. It's everywhere, in the news, in those office wellness emails, and probably, if we're being honest, in the back of your mind right now. And this fear has become so common, it actually has a name: the sitting scare. It's this widespread belief that the simple, everyday act of just sitting down is the number one bad guy when it comes to our health and our posture. You know the story we're all told. It goes something like this. Sitting is this unnatural position that compresses our spines, it makes our muscles weak, and it basically just wrecks our bodies. We're told it's a curse of modern life, and the price we pay is chronic, nagging pain. But what happens when we stop listening to the headlines and actually look at the science? Well, this is where the whole plot takes a very interesting twist. So, this really is the critical question, isn't it? Is the simple act of sitting itself the real enemy here? Or have we been pointing the finger at the wrong culprit this whole time? And boom, here's the first huge piece of evidence that just shatters the myth. A 2009 systematic review, which is basically a study of all the other studies, found strong evidence that sitting is simply not associated with low back pain. And this wasn't just some one-off thing. Another major review in 2011 found the exact same thing. Okay, now check this out. The big mechanical argument against sitting was always about the pressure it puts on our spinal discs. But get this, a 2008 review found that the actual load on your spine is often pretty much the same, whether you're standing or sitting up straight. This means the pressure we're also worried about, it's probably not the danger we've been led to believe. So if sitting isn't the villain of the story, then what is? Well, the science points to a completely different culprit, and that culprit is stagnation. So here they are, the true villains. It's not sitting itself. It's stagnation, just staying frozen in one single position for way too long. And it's poor posture, collapsing into a slump instead of actually supporting our bodies. These are the things that are causing all the aches and pains. Mobility expert Kelly Starrett says it all just boils down to these two fundamental principles. It's not about avoiding chairs like the plague. It's about maintaining proper torso posture and moving constantly, whether you happen to be sitting or standing. Okay, so how do we actually fix our posture? Well, it all starts with a brand new way of thinking. Let's talk about this really powerful mental model called stand on your bottom. This quote right here, it's a total game changer. Just think about that for a second. If your spine treats sitting and standing as almost the same thing, why don't we? See, we stand with active support, but we often sit by just collapsing. That's the huge disconnect we need to fix. The solution is something called active sitting. Instead of treating sitting like you're just collapsing into a beanbag, you think of it as a dynamic, active thing. The whole goal is to stand on your sit bones. Those two bony points in your backside? You organize your spine right on top of them, the same way you would organize it over your feet when you stand up.
Let's really look at the difference here. On the left, you've got collapsing, which we all mistake for relaxing, but it actually creates a ton of tension. On the right, you have repose, or what you could call active rest. Here, you're keeping your spine long, you're hinging from your hips, and you're letting your actual bones support your weight. It's a truly supported, totally tension-free position.
And check this out. Here's an awesome 3-step method from Kelly Starrett to find this perfect posture right now. Seriously, try it with me. Number 1, squeeze your glutes, just about 20% tension. 2, brace your abs like you're about to take a light punch to the gut. And 3, roll your shoulders back and down. Feel that? Bam, you've just stabilized your entire trunk. Okay, so now that you know how to sit properly, we've got to make sure your workspace is actually helping you do it, not fighting against you. It's time to optimize your environment for success. First things first, your lower back. That natural inward curve? It needs support. If your chair is totally flat, a little lumbar cushion or even just a rolled up towel can make a world of difference. And some chairs that tilt forward just a little bit can be amazing because they naturally help position your hips higher than your knees. Next up, let's talk limbs. You want your feet flat on the floor, that's your stable base. Keep your arms nice and relaxed, parallel to the desk. And this one is so important. Keep the space under your desk clear. You need room to move, to fidget, to shift positions. Because remember, stagnation is the real enemy. And finally, your head and your screen. Your eyes should be level with the very top of your monitor. If you're looking down at a laptop all day, you're putting a massive amount of stress on your neck. Use a stack of books, a monitor riser, whatever it takes to get that screen up to eye level. I promise, this one fix alone can completely change how you feel at the end of the day. So here it is, the ultimate takeaway from all of this. We can all stop being so afraid of our chairs. The problem was never that we sit. It's all about how we sit, passively just collapsing, and for how long we stay totally, completely still. So I'm going to leave you with this final thought. This idea of active, supported posture, it doesn't just stop when you stand up. What if you applied that same level of awareness to standing? How does it change things to think of it not just as standing, but as actively sitting on your stand bones? Give it a try. Thanks for joining me.